Hello everybody. Today we're going to talk about the black-tailed prairie dog. So things to know. The black-tailed prairie dog is a Colorado native species and part of the squirrel family. This mammal is on average 16 inches long and weighs about 2 pounds. Has yellow and tan fur with black on the tip of its tail. Males live about 5 years and females can live up to 7. They have a dental formula of 1 by 1, 0 by 0, 1 by 1, and 3 by 3. They eat grass, roots, grains, and occasionally insects. Black-tailed prairie dogs are a colonial species that range from Canada to Mexico on the eastern side of the Rocky Mountains. They are a keystone species for the ecosystem by being a main meal for many predators, acting as a natural tiller for the prairie, and providing shelter for other ground-dwelling species. Communication and social skills. Groups of prairie dogs live in an area known as a colony. Within the colony, there are coteries. Coteries make up family groups. Coteries are made up of several burrows that the family share. They are mainly a matriarchal species with a dominant breeding female, 1 or 2 breeding males, and the rest of the families are made up of daughters, sisters, aunts, and juveniles. When they all go out and forage together, prairie dogs take turn foraging and looking for predators by standing up straight to observe the area. This species practices an adaptive altruism. Since a coterie is made up of several similar genetic information, prairie dogs will draw attention to themselves by sending out an alarm call to save everyone else. Prairie dogs make up all kinds of different vocalizations for different reasons. Each colony has unique calls for different predators. They do this because of how many different predators they have. They also communicate with each other through touch, taste, and smell. Prairie dogs perform a behavior known as kissing. The hypothesis is that kissing is a form of kin recognition because there are glands in the cheeks of prairie dogs that secrete chemicals. Reproductive behaviors and dispersal. Prairie dogs are a polygamy species. Males participate in active dispersal, where they choose to leave the natal burrow after a year or two to prevent inbreeding. They disperse to other colonies to increase their chances of finding females to mate with. When pregnant, the dominant female wants all the care and resources to go to her young. So prairie dogs have been known to cause infanticide of other females' pups. However, other females can get pregnant as long as they keep their pups protected and away from others until they are a certain age. When they reach this age, the community will help raise the pups by letting them get milk from other females that aren't their mother. Black-tailed prairie dogs go into estrus during the spring and are only in estrus for 1 day. They go through a 40-day gestation period before giving birth to an average of 3 pups. Once the pups are old enough, some will disperse from the colony. Habitat and environmental pressure. Black-tailed prairie dogs are known as phosphoral species. They build burrows that lead to underground tunnels. These tunnels lead to other openings, different types of dens, and corridors. Part of the prairie dog's daily duty is to go around and make sure burrows are secure and clean by removing scat. These burrows have a very specific design that aid them in environmental adaptations. The openings are set up to give good airflow, keep prairie dogs warm in winter and cool in summer. This specific species of prairie dog does not hibernate. The black-tailed prairie dogs do stay underground for several weeks when it is really cold, but they are still active. Other daily activities for the species to make sure their lawn is mowed. They go around and clip down plants so that they can see predators approaching. Their burrows are also utilized by other species. Burrowing owls and the endangered black-footed ferret use these burrows to live in. They have many different types of predators like raptors, snakes, coyotes, badgers, swift foxes, and many more. In conclusion, their populations have decreased by 95% from a combination of habitat fragmentation, death by humans, and the plague. There has been so much loss of the grassland to farming and livestock that prairie dog populations are starting to become few and far apart. This fragmentation is causing inbreeding because colonies are too far apart, which makes it dangerous for males to disperse. Farmers and livestock owners find this species to be a nuisance and resort to shooting, poisoning, and drowning them. However, one of the fastest prairie dog killers is the plague that is transmitted through ticks. The disease kills fast and moves fast. The black-tailed prairie dogs have no resistance to this disease. However, society is starting to realize how important they are for the ecosystem, and there is more support to conserve them. There are starting to be more translocations from areas that are not where they are not wanted to areas where they used to live to help fragmented populations. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, please ask. Thank you.